semen retention is bullshit, and here's why. I have never made so much money in my life whilst sleeping. I don't want to get this demonetized, even though I don't even get monetization, but maybe it gets restricted. I have never made so much money in my life whilst I'm banging a bunch of chicks. Especially last summer, especially the growth that I had, and then now again, beginning of 2026, in January and February, I had massive growth periods while sleeping with a girl twice a week, sometimes more, and also sometimes doing a massage. Now I'm seeing this girl and I'm just gonna wait for that, so I'm not sleeping around right now because I don't want to ruin this situation and I don't want to upset her. But if it doesn't turn out on something, then I will get back to it and once again sleep with a girl twice or 3 times a week. And why? Is this good advice if you're still poor? Yes. The thing is, porn is bad for you, period. Porn is horrible for you. Even pictures, don't do that. If you're going to release, just do it through your thoughts or with a girl. The thing that is so dangerous for you is the porn that you're watching, because that is such high dopamine that after that you're kind of ruined for a few hours. And if you're doing it at the beginning of the day, but even if you do it at night, that you kill your energy. And already the release of getting rid of it already gives you a hit in energy. But then also if you have been like such high dopamine, that is also fucked up for your brain. So why do I think it's bullshit and what is my experience? So the thing that happens to me is I'm optimizing for high testosterone. We just came from the gym and I eat healthy. I drink beers. No, I'm gonna go on a 2-week drought after this. But all jokes aside, I sleep until I wake up, so I never sleep with an alarm. I'm in the sun at least an hour, no that's not true, at least 10 minutes a day, and ideally longer, but sometimes in Medellin you don't get that much sun, or we're just working inside and I can't be outside. But what my point is, I'm optimizing for testosterone. And if you optimize for testosterone, you're going to be quite horny a few times a week. I've noticed at least 2 or 3 times ish. That's like the minimum. Sometimes more, especially if you're hanging around women, then you get more horny, obviously. Especially if they're like teasing you and everything. But I can't work if I'm horny. Like I have these weeks, I'm talking to my friends here that I live with. I tell them this quite often. If I'm horny and I'm in the cafe, like yesterday, for example, I'm just literally looking at girls the whole day and I'm distracted, I can't focus. Even the most ugly waitress is sexy. I can't help myself. Like obviously I'm not gonna do something about it, but I can't help myself. And then it's just better to like release it. And I actually didn't, so I might need to do that soon because I'm still distracted. But in that case, the semen retention or the energy that you're getting from it is more dangerous for you then it's helping you to stay focused or something. Because if you have high testosterone and you have a high libido, then you're gonna have the same issue. So what is the solution? If my younger self is watching this and he can't get a girl, because obviously if you have a girlfriend or you have frequent girls over, then you're not gonna watch this video probably. You're probably watching this video because you're jacking your shit, because you're boinking your spoink. And my advice for you is stay away from porn. If you're gonna do it, so I'm just gonna tell it, I'm just gonna say it, I don't care. What I did when I was getting away from it, I would only listen to the sound, and eventually, like I would play it and then I would just flip the screen so I couldn't see it and would only listen to it and then just boink my spoink. And eventually I got completely rid of it. And now when I jack off, I don't watch anything. I've had so many encounters with women in my life that I can just think about that, and that would do the job. Because I think still, even if you have a relationship, like one of my best friends has a long-term relationship right now, and he still tells me, like he still does that, because you can't see each other all the time. Sometimes you're traveling, sometimes she doesn't want to and you're still horny, so then you still gotta do it, and otherwise you just become like needy and shit, and you also don't want that. So if you are spoinking your boink, how do you do it? I would say get rid of the porn, because that is the main damage. Don't do it every day, because that's definitely also not okay. Even if you have like top testosterone, that's not necessary. I would say 3 times a week is okay. I would just do it when it's like so obvious that you gotta get rid of it. So I would just at night randomly get super horny, or I would just wake up like super horny because I had like an arousing dream or something. Then I would just do it like in the morning, first thing. I don't care, because then I'm like, okay, it's probably that bad. And then if I go to the cafe right now, and I'm here in Medellin, Colombia, so you can imagine how bad it is if a bunch of Latinas walk around with nice weather, so they don't have too many clothes on, and they're just gonna walk in front of my laptop. That's not gonna make me more focused, let's just say that. So then I would just get rid of it. That's kind of my advice. It's not really rocket science, because I would just get distracted if I don't do it. And you could say, oh, you don't manage your energy correctly and you can't manage your lust. Okay, fine. But if you have a girlfriend, you're gonna bang her twice a week. And then what? You're gonna just tell your girlfriend like, oh, yeah, we can't have sex for 3 months because I'm on semen retention. You fucking retard. Of course you're not gonna do that. So, and also think back in the old ages, like our grandfathers. Were they doing semen retention? No, you fucking retard. They would just be busy. They would be outside. They would be hunting animals. But even probably your father, he is, Jesus, I'm so burping so much from these coronas. Even your father, he's like, he leaves the door at 6 a.m., comes back at 6 p.m. Then your mother probably is going to be like super excited to see him. And I mean, I don't like to think about those things with my parents, but they must be doing something about it. So that is kind of how it always went. And your body is literally meant to reproduce. So I find it so stupid when people preach semen retention, because they're preaching the wrong thing. It's kind of saying, yeah, you shouldn't drink water, bro. That's stupid. You need it. Same thing, like your body is meant to reproduce. You're literally on this planet. That's why you get horny. That's why females menstruate, or how do you say that? Yeah, I think that's how you say it. Why they have their period. Because they gotta have children. That's their purpose. That's your purpose and that's their purpose. Like baseline. It's not your purpose to make money. It's not your purpose to. You could argue that your purpose is to follow God's path, but then you're still horny on that path. So you might as well just embrace it and do something about it. So I think it's bad advice. It distracts you. It's healthy to do it, and you're probably just doing it the wrong way. So dead ass video for 7 minutes straight about how to spoink your boink. So I think I've said enough. I'm gonna down a few more Coronas because my buddy Justin here is gonna leave overmorrow, and then I'll not drink any alcohol for at least 2 weeks because I gotta lock in a little bit. I'm getting fucking fat, so I gotta get rid of the beers for a few weeks, lock in, get more clients, get more rich, and be more attractive to the girl that I'm seeing. So I mean, and then I have more testosterone because alcohol is the #1 killer of testosterone. And then I could even spoink my boink even more. So win-win situation. See you in the next video. Goodbye.